As the modern high-tech world in Houston speeds on by, it slows to a crawl and backs up a few decades. At the corner of Dowling and Wheeler.
Yes, this is Smitty at the Universal Typewriter.
Where Edward Smitty Smith,
on the paper,
in a rundown A-frame shack,
it's got good on-feed and motion,
is buried almost.
Every one machine that goes out, 2 to 3 comes in.
In his life's work.
This is old technology. I'm an old person with old technology.
He's been working on this old technology in this old building since 1967. It used to be big business until computers rendered the Remingtons, the Underwoods, and the Royals obsolete.
It's been around. I've been around.
But when someone needs an old typewriter fixed...
Did you want to pick it up today or tomorrow?
Smitty is pretty much...
I think you'll be proud of the way it looks and the way it types.
...the only game in town.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good one. We're going to have more room. It's just like anything else, it takes a little time.
And time is why he does all this in the first place.
And if I wasn't doing this, I would be dead again.
He's talking about his 3 heart attacks, the last one on the sidewalk not far from his front door.
But they wasn't ready for me, so they sent me back. There were more typewriters to fix. I died right out there on the sidewalk, so he let me come back. So this is giving me something to do, to stay alive.
Now, it's worth noting that in all this mess that's keeping him alive,
I don't care for computers.
There is one very old computer crammed in the back corner.
Of course. That's where I type all of my invoices.
Even he needs the machine that sent all these relics to an early grave.
I have nothing against modern technology, because this is what makes the world turn.
And as the modern world keeps turning, there are lessons to learn in all this mess from a 79-year-old man with a bad heart that's clearly in the right place.
I do it because I enjoy doing it. If you enjoy your work like I enjoy mine, you'll live a long time.
And that's the plan at Universal Typewriter Shop.
Thank you for calling. All right.
Where Smitty says all this work is like paying a tithe, paying for his time.
Do something for somebody else. So that's paying your tithes. And that's all of the preaching I'm going to do today.
A sermon and just maybe a few of the keys to life, courtesy of Smitty and his little shack on Houston's southwest side. Where if you need an old typewriter fixed, be patient. He's taking his time. He'll get to it when he can.
This is Smitty at Universal Typewriter.
Keeping a few old relics and himself alive as the world continues to speed on by. Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News. Every picture tells a story, especially this one, the Texas A&M home game against Mississippi State. The cadet in the middle apparently older than most of the rest of the Aggie corps, and the sleeping kid who couldn't make it through the fourth quarter, even in the front row. A picture this Aggie didn't expect he'd find. His name is Sergeant Kevin Ivey, a Marine for 8 years. He served in Iraq, then served in Afghanistan, and in the middle of it all became a father, then a single dad. But he needed something more, and his commanding officer told him where to find it.
He inspired me to want to come be an Aggie because he was an Aggie himself.
Hopscotch?
So Kevin and now 6-year-old Calvin Ivey left the Marines and hit the road for College Station. Only when they got here, didn't have enough money to find a place to stay.
We had money for our bare necessities, and that's it. Hotel money just wasn't in the budget.
So while they waited for an apartment, they slept in their truck 2 nights in July in a student parking lot. That is, until the university police showed up.
Usually if cops tapping on my window and want me to get out of the car, it's because it's never for anything good.
But this time it was. The officers were former military too, noticed his Marine Corps license plate, and instead of taking him to jail, pooled their money to get a hotel room and then an apartment the next day.
I wasn't sure how cops were going to handle it, but they kind of just blew my mind and really hooked us up.
Try to tag me.
Why don't you try to tag me?
So now he and Calvin
Tag.
No, you didn't get me.
are part of the Aggie Corps, Kevin, just one of 25 veterans in the class of 2,500 younger cadets.
3 greens and 1 blue.
And when he's not in class,
So if you have 2 sets of 2, how many is that total?
volunteers as a mentor across town at his son's elementary school.
What do you like about this guy?
About Cal?
Yeah.
Oh, he's my best friend. He's what I got every day.
A cadet and a kindergartner going to college together.
I don't even know what college is.
It's like a really big kindergarten.
Sure, I think I like that.
Veterans often have a difficult transition back into civilian life. Kevin Ivey says the Aggie Nation and the GI Bill gave him the safe landing he and his son needed.
I was coming here alone and unafraid and just thinking I was going to meander through school and just be another face in the crowd. And, I mean, I am just another face in the crowd. I'm nobody here, but I have my brothers, and we're carrying each other through.
Which explains why he sees that random picture of his face in the crowd as a family portrait.
I love this place.
In College Station, Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News.
Moving on now to the Amber Alert for this 7-month-old baby girl.
The girl's family says there's nothing wrong, but authorities sure are worried. Kevin Reece is live with the latest in Southeast Houston. Kevin.
Yeah, a few tense moments here in the middle of Burma Road this afternoon, but I can tell you this is not the case of a baby that disappeared today. Child Protective Services have been trying to find this baby since the middle of March and issued the Amber Alert today in a last-ditch effort to find this baby girl. Her name is Amelia Shelton. She is 7 months old, and in the Amber Alert issued today by Harris County Precinct 7, they say she was last with her biological mom, Shantae Denise Myers. She is 24 years old. But here's what's really going on here. Shantae Myers has 5 children. She has a criminal history that includes drug offenses. Child Protective Services has custody of those first 4 children and now has a court order to take the 5th child as well. But the mom disappeared with that baby 2 months ago, and in a confrontation in front of their house here, the baby's grandfather made it very clear they are not about to give up one more grandbaby to CPS.
Yeah, you guys know where
We know the situation. I know the situation.
You know the baby's okay.
Yeah, the baby's fine.
Talking about 1 million.
1 million times 1 million is fine.
Okay, but CPS doesn't know where it is.
No, but I don't give a damn about CPS. I said that. I don't care about CPS.
Is the baby okay?
Yeah, the baby okay. Baby is fine.
Can you tell us where the baby is?
It ain't none of your damn business.
That's basically what he told us when we were first here the first time, that CPS took the grandkids for no reason and they were not going to take this other one away.
Police say the mom refused to take a court-ordered drug test, so that's why they've been ordered to take the baby this time. Police and CPS say they're not getting any cooperation from this family. They're asking the public to help them find the mom and the baby. But the grandfather says that his grandbaby is not in any danger, that they have no intention of helping in this case. They're not about to give up, as he told us, one more grandbaby to CPS. But police asking the public to help. If you can help find her, call Precinct 7, Harris County Constable Precinct 7. Live in Southeast Houston, I'm Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News. His name was Dennis Sweet. It was Thanksgiving night. He just left a family gathering. He was walking to the Hempstead Hotel where he planned to spend the night. He never got there. Police found his body in the road. He'd been run over twice.
Yes, right now I'm at square one and I need any help, so anybody on the road that night that's seen anything.
And a Hempstead detective has nothing to go on. The first car never stopped. There were no car parts left in the road and no one has offered to confess.
Right now we have no evidence about the car, any debris from the car or anything to work on, and that's why we need help from the public.
This is where he was walking, along the east side of Business 290. They don't know if he was walking on the side, but they know that one car hit him and kept going. Only the second car stopped when she thought she hit a dog.
We're talking about a human being. We're talking about a life here. We're talking about someone, brother, sister, uncle, you know, and someone that was actually loved.
2 nieces and a nephew met with me to make that same public plea. Someone hit him, someone knows what they did. Maybe someone else saw it happen on Thanksgiving night.
It has brought tremendous pain to the family. We're still kind of, you know, in denial that something could happen to someone, you know, so sweet and caring.
So a family and a police department search for answers, search for someone with a conscience.
This is his chance to step up and say, yeah, I was involved, I didn't know what occurred, or an accident happened and I was scared. So now is the time to come in and try to make the situation correct and give the family closure.
Please come forward and do the right thing. do the right thing.
And help explain a life snuffed out on a rural Waller County road. In Hempstead, Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News. Just down the road from Simonton's Christmas decorated welcome sign. The laughter comes from two ladies at a church Christmas luncheon.
Well, we always had Christmas morning.
This is Ann and Judy, who sit closer to each other than ever before. The story goes like this. Their pastor had kidney failure. A member of the congregation was a match for him. That was amazing enough. But Ann Hammermiller has a genetic kidney disorder, and she needed a donor too. Judy made the offer at a church dessert social.
She says, "What do you think about me being your donor?" And of course, I thought, oh gee, she's had too much sugar.
But she was serious, trusting her faith, even though the kidney she was offering was 70 years old.
I could say I'm too old. I can't possibly do that. But when God calls you to do something, God makes it happen.
God, with a lot of help from transplant surgeons at Houston Methodist, who this past September made Judy Peters their second oldest kidney donor ever.
That living donors are true heroes. They're just these people that come in and they're willing to give of themselves, truly of themselves, to others. And it's a fantastic thing to watch this and to be part of it.
There's no words. It's just a blessing that someone would step up and say, I want to do this for you.
Now, both women are happy and healthy, and if they were the best of friends before...
We were good friends.
What are you now?
Better friends.
We're connected.
We are connected.
There's a line in the Bible that says it's better to give than receive. Two women in Simonton would tell you, both at the same time, are pretty rewarding too. Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News. It was a Wednesday night in the Texas Medical Center and at Children's Memorial Hermann's neonatal intensive care unit.
We're only printing one picture.
A half-dozen photographers gathered in a 7th-floor room. Not to take their own picture, but to focus their gifts.
This is a fun day for us.
On someone else.
Okay, can we put a little Santa hat on his head?
Someone.
Look at you, darling.
Like Patrick Myers.
Oh, little kissy.
Born at just 29 weeks at 1 pound and 15 ounces, he's been in the hospital all of his first 150 days. He won't get to go home for his first Christmas, separated from the 5-year-old sister, waiting for him at home.
A lot of times people say, what can I get you? And I say, I need a clone of myself to be with my daughter and to be with my son. It's going to be tough. It'll be tough.
That's why the photographers are here.
Hi, baby doll.
To capture a Christmas moment for a card for a memory they can't yet make at home.
They do such an amazing job of making this situation, which is so abnormal. They try to give us as many normal situations as they can.
Merry Christmas. Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's definitely a whole new experience.
Same story a few cribs over and 2 times over for Lizzie and Ryan Drake.
I never imagined that this is where we would be with our babies.
Amelia Dixie and Emma Annie, born at just 27 weeks.
It's a scary situation to have no control over anything with them.
Their bodies and their lungs just too small. So Christmas at home
Okay, my love.
will have to wait until next year.
Just lean on it. There we are. Oh, beautiful family. Look at y'all.
But even with all the wires and tubes, the girls are priceless Christmas presents who deserve a picture too.
Oh, my goodness.
Cute.
You are so precious.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so fun. This is the best thing we do all year.
Shelley Chetty and the other photographers are volunteers. Their hope is to capture these tiny moments so that next Christmas parents can see how far they've come. Because this photography often happens in more difficult moments. The photographers work with a group called Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep, usually offering a first and final memory for a family of a baby who is not going to survive.
Perfect.
But this is the second year of hopeful Christmas photos at Memorial Hermann.
These babies have a fighting chance, and we get an opportunity to provide those first Christmas pictures for the families. Oh, open those eyes.
Pictures of little fighters like Braden Singleton. On this night, one of 135 babies dressed in Santa hats, ties, and bows just for this one very hopeful occasion.
I mean, nobody wants to spend the holidays at the hospital, but we try to make the best of it here.
A special time to bond with our babies, and then we get to bond with the babies, putting them in super cute outfits and blankets. What does better than that.
What? And it's something that I can do for other people in a time that they might be experiencing a little bit of stress. That's got to be hard to be in the hospital with your little one.
The hope is that next Christmas, these families and these babies can look back on a tender moment in tougher times and remember the gifts of doctors and nurses and a couple of photographers who helped them focus on the future.
To have something like that as a memory is a blessing to us.
Having these pictures document our journey it means a lot to us.
A journey captured, a journey they all pray, has only just begun. At the Texas Medical Center, Kevin Reece, KHOU 11 News.